Good morning and welcome to Medicare Made Simple with Medicare Myriam and her co-host Traci from Smart Caregiving. Medicare Made Simple is brought to you by United Insurance Experts. Call today 561-464-CARE. That's 561-464-CARE. Now here are Medicare Myriam and Traci with Medicare Made Simple.
Good morning, everyone. I'm your host, Miriam Leyva with United Insurance Experts. United Insurance Experts is not affiliated or endorsed by the government or the federal Medicare program. We don't offer every plan available in your area. Currently in Palm Beach County, we represent 10 organizations which offer 49 products in the area. Please contact Medicare at 1-800-MEDICARE or Medicare.gov to get information on all of your options. The purpose of the show is to educate you on Medicare and to connect you with valuable resources. Joining me is my co-host, Traci Lamb from Caregiving Worldwide. Welcome, Traci.
Good morning, Miriam. How are you?
I am doing great. How was your holiday?
It was good. It was good. It was relatively quiet. You know, it was just me and Mom, so that was good. And so, you know, but we had a good day. We had a good day together, and went to church and saw friends, and so it was good. It was good.
That's wonderful.
How about yours?
It was
you get
great.
all your Easter Bunny stuff done?
Oh, yes. We had a couple of egg hunts, you know, with church and at home and class, you know, and
yes.
I had a hyper 5-year-old for sure.
Oh,
she had so much candy.
So the chocolate was probably overflowing.
Yeah, you know, it's crazy because I went to her little bucket and I'm like, let me take out some of this candy out of here, and some of them were already empty. So I have a sneaky 5-year-old. Yeah, something to look forward to.
I'm eating this chocolate now. I'm eating this chocolate.
She didn't
now.
even tell me. She didn't even ask. So
yeah.
I did have a couple of those, though. We're not going to let her know about that, though.
Well, see, she shared, so that's good.
Actually, she did not know that. Mommy just opened up the eggs and stuffed it in her mouth.
Well, there you go.
Good thing she's not going to be listening to our show.
That won't hurt her, so there you go. Continuing on.
Yes. So I do want to address something really quick from one of my callers this week. One of the callers that I received this week had a concern. He was calling me because he had talked to a previous agent that told him that he needed to get on Medicare right away, and he had one choice. And when he came to me, I was like, wait a minute, did you even get an education on Medicare? Do you know that there's multiple options? And he's like, but the previous agent made it seem like Medicare is Medicare Advantage, and I had a couple to choose from or a few to choose from, and that's not the case. Original Medicare, which is traditional Medicare, which is Part A and Part B, is what you get through what you've worked for, right? You get Part A, and then Part B you enroll in. That's traditional Medicare. Now, you could add on to traditional Medicare and get a supplement plan to cover the gaps of original Medicare. If you do not want to go the traditional route, you do have a choice to get a replacement to original Medicare. And I want to make this clear. It's an alternative option. You can't have both at the same time. And again, it's an alternative. It's replacing. So the moment you go to the Medicare Advantage side, you're no longer in original Medicare. You're going with a private insurance company. And when you go with a private insurance company, you're going into Part C of Medicare, which is also known as a Medicare Advantage plan. And there's multiple companies to choose from. If you want to look at all those options, you would go to Medicare.gov. Now, my company represents multiple carriers. I don't represent them all. So if you want to look at all those options, you can go to Medicare.gov, or you can call us at 561-464-2273 to get a better idea of what those options are. Again, with the Medicare Advantage, there's multiple carriers to choose from, and those carriers have multiple plans from HMOs and PPOs. You got to find which one is the best plan for you. Everybody has different needs. So it's a good idea to get your education first understand all your options before you decide which route or which plan you want to go with. So again, if you have any questions about this, please reach out to us. Please get all your information. Again, you can go to Medicare.gov or you're welcome to give us a call. So over to you, Tracy, so you can share with us the valuable resources for this week. Over to you.
Thank you. Okay, so we're going to talk about one valuable resource, and then we're going to actually talk about an event that I wanted to let everybody know about. So the one valuable resource we're actually going to talk about is something that always usually stays in the closet, but eventually everybody is going to deal with. It's about incontinence. Honestly, nobody likes to talk about it, but that's the reality of life. I had to deal with my dad, and even my mom too, and so most people don't want to talk about it. If you go to safeandsound.media, there's a company called Seni, SENI. The great thing is that you can sample these products for free at home. You can have them sent to your home, so nobody has to know that you're dealing with this kind of issue. You can also get them for men or from women. For women, they come in all different sizes. One of the things that my dad dealt with was the fact that my dad was a bigger guy. And so trying to find something that he could wear and was comfortable and didn't just like bind around his legs and stuff was really problematic. And so the great thing about the Seni products, like I say, number one, is you can get samples completely for free. And then number two is the fact that they come in a lot of different sizes. And you can get their extra large is really, really large. And they have a size guide there so you can actually measure, you can take a tape measure and measure around a person's leg so you can actually know what size would work properly. The great thing, too, is that they literally, the person that deals with this was showing me that they literally can pour an entire 16-ounce bottle of water in a Seni product, and it will hold it, it will absorb it, and it won't even feel wet. I mean, their products are really made really, really well, so you can go through the night and you don't feel like, you're wearing anything wet. So it's a really great product. Like I say, I really love it because of the fact that it can come to your home. You don't have to go into a store and buy it. So if you're wanting to keep it private, the fact that you're kind of dealing with that kind of situation, then you can, and you can try them out. They also have lotions as well. So if something has been rubbing, you can use a lotion as well. So a lot of different products. Seni is the name of the company, and that's SENI. And if you go to the website, it's safe and you spell out the word and sound, safeandsound.media, MEDIA. Again, that's safeandsound.media. And there's a lot of different products from Seni there, so you can just take a look at all the different products that they have there, along with all the other products that we have. I also wanted to tell you briefly about an event that's happening possibly close to where some of you guys live, or maybe an hour or so away. It's in Sarasota. It is today. If you want to know all the details, you'll want to go to Eventbrite. If you know what Eventbrite is, you can go there and get, free tickets or something like that. This is a free for any kind of caregiver or any person. You do have to register. So what it is for caregivers to come and be able to meet vendors. There's going to be, I believe, 10 vendors that are going to be there. There's a doctor that's going to be there. She's going to be giving caregiver tips. She is a doctor, so a gerontologist, so she's going to be giving caregiver tips in her talk. So you can come, meet the vendors, hear the caregiver talk from the doctor, and get to do all of this stuff. The doctor is speaking, I believe, from 10 till 10:30 or something like that, and then they're having a time when you can meet the vendors. And then the doctor's going to speak one more time. It's just a very short talk, and then it'll be done. It'll be done by noon. So it's not a long day, but I definitely, if you want to look it up, the way you're going to find it on Eventbrite, it's a caregiving forum, FORUM. So look up caregiving forum. It is going to be in Sarasota. It's going to be at a place called Active Age, ACTIVE, Active Age in Sarasota. That's a brand new adult daycare facility. So it's literally opening this weekend. The address is 3801 Bee Ridge Road in Sarasota. and it is today. It is today. So if you can come by, if you're out and about driving around when you're hearing this, and you want to drive on up to Sarasota and come see us, I will be there in person. So if you guys are around and you want to come meet me in person, I will be there in person. So we would love to see you there as well.
Well, thank you so much, Tracy, for that information. And hopefully, we have some listeners by that area and can make it to this wonderful event. So today we are actually very thrilled to introduce a special guest, Amanda Babb from Care Patrol. She'll be enlightening us about her exceptional company and discussing the Finer Mind, Body, and Spirit Health Fair scheduled to take place in Broward on April 13th at 10 o'clock a.m. Welcome, Amanda.
Good morning. Thank you.
Of course. Good morning. So why don't we start by telling us a little bit about yourself?
Well, thank you, Miriam. So I am the president and owner of Care Patrol of Boca Raton and North Broward, as well as Delray and Boynton Beach. And Care Patrol, what we do is we work with seniors and their families to help them find safe living accommodations. So if you think about seniors needing accommodations for independent living, assisted living, memory care, possibly needing to have a conversation about a nursing home, Care Patrol is definitely the company that you'd like to call, because our focus is working directly with our family members, and we work through the entire process with our families from the very beginning, from having the discussion. We work with them through the selection of communities. We work with them through the tour. We're with them once they move in, and we're with them even after they move in, because we want to make sure the selection that was made actually meets all of the needs that we all thought it would meet for them.
That's wonderful. Just like Medicare, because that's kind of like what I do. I educate people. I sit down with them. I do an assessment. And then with them, we see all of the options and we see which one's a good fit. So it's kind of like that with Care Patrol.
That's
right?
exactly what it's like. We spend time with you initially, and we go through a very detailed care discovery. We want to understand what's going on, but we also want to know about you as an individual. Just because you may have reached the point that you're moving into independent living or assisted living, that doesn't mean that your life is over. That just means this is another phase of your life. And a part of what we want to do is make sure that you're able to thrive in that next phase of your life. And that means getting to know you and making sure that we're identifying the right communities that are safe, that meet your needs. And there's a significant emphasis on safe for us, because there are so many options that are not safe. And so having a professional that knows and understands the communities, understands the laws and regulations in this space is very important to help families select a right community, the safe community.
Right. Now, I think a lot of the listeners are probably thinking, is there a fee for your services?
That is an excellent question. And it is so funny, because once I tell my families, my clients, my fee, they come back to me and ask me, are you sure? But our services are completely free to our clients. And that's because we are paid for by the thousands of communities that are in our network. One of the many benefits of working with Care Patrol is we are a nationwide, and actually now I guess you could say international, because there are locations that are in Canada. But we are a national company. We have independent owners, so we are franchised. However, the benefit to our clients is regardless of where you are, you are typically able to find a Care Patrol. And then we're able to work with you. If your desire is you're currently living here in South Florida, but you really want to move to Colorado or New York or some other place in the country, we can actually assist you with that. And we work together as owners to help facilitate that for our clients.
Oh, that's wonderful, because sometimes I've talked to many individuals that say, oh, I want to bring mom. She's in New York or she's in New Jersey and I'm living in Florida. How do we transition? How do we get her here, get her to Florida, for example? So that's where you guys come in.
Exactly.
Assess them, see which place in Florida is best for them.
Yes, and I have worked with many clients in that manner. quite a few from New York because we do have the Florida to New York
Yes.
pipeline. But I've also worked with clients that have started out here in South Florida and then they moved to Oklahoma. And so we
Seen
were
a lot of that.
we were able to make that move for them seamless, especially when it came to the daunting task of selecting a community. And in this case, it was a situation where we were working with memory care. So the individual had dementia. So we wanted to take many things into account to make sure that we were identifying the right community for my client's husband in this case, and we were able to make a nice, safe transition for them.
Perfect. Now, tell us a little bit about this event. So there's an event that you're hosting on April 13th.
Yes, on April 13th, we are hosting the Finer Mind, Body, and Spirit Health Fair that has a focus on brain health education and health disparities. So one of my other jobs, one of my passion jobs, is I am the president of my local sorority. I'm the alumni chapter. The name of our chapter is Phi Xi Zeta, and it's a part of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, one of the Divine Nine. One of the areas that we're very passionate about is service, and service to the community in which we live, and making sure we're doing the right things to help support the community. One of the things that I've been paying very close attention to is dementia. And I've been paying attention to the increased rates of people being diagnosed with dementia, as well as paying very close attention to the fact that in communities of people of color, the rates are much higher than you are finding in other communities. However, as a part of my profession, when I am in and out of communities that have a memory care, I oftentimes don't see Black and brown individuals. So for me, it started my wheels turning, and I'm starting to wonder and ask the question, why? And are people aware of what's going on and what's coming? Are people aware that there's things that we can potentially start to do now to potentially put ourselves in a better place? So that's where the idea for the Finer Mind, Body, and Spirit Health Fair came from, wanting to drive more awareness.
Definitely. And I think it all comes down to the awareness, the education behind it. So that's wonderful. Why have a focus on brain health?
Because if there are things that we can actually start to do at earlier ages to focus on our brain health, whether that's our diet, whether that is like certain types of brain games, physical activity, things that we can engage in that actually will make our brains or could make our brains healthier. And that could mean that you may be in a better position not to have to go down the path of having dementia.
Right.
Because the numbers for dementia, it's really frightening. And this is some information that I received from the Alzheimer's Association. One of the statistics that really startled me, because we all hear about there's a silver tsunami and the number of people that are turning 65 every day. Yeah. But within that, that's really scary, is 1 in 3 seniors dies with Alzheimer's or another dementia.
Wow.
1 in 3. That's huge. But we're not talking about it enough.
Yeah.
And then when you start to think about for people of color, older Black adults are twice as likely as older white adults to have Alzheimer's or another dementia. Hispanic older adults are about 1.5 times as likely as older white adults to have Alzheimer's or another dementia. And then when you think about research and what's happening there, the individuals that tend to be more involved in the research to find a cure tend to be white adults, not Black adults or Hispanic adults. So if a cure, or should I say when a cure is found, will the cure work the same for older Hispanic adults and older Black adults? And there are studies that are non-invasive. So that's all part of the reason why I really want to have that focus on brain health education to help drive the awareness and get people engaged, at least get people talking about it.
Yes.
Or at least just asking the question, because just the quest to learn more about it will start to naturally help individuals get to where they're able to do something.
Yeah. And it's also reaching out to these communities. Like, my background is Hispanic, and sometimes I've noticed, right, they don't want to talk about it, and if they do see it, it's like it's unknown to them. They're like, I don't know what that is, so I'm not going to even
Giving it a name.
Exactly. So I think that's a big thing in the Hispanic and the Black community as well, probably. Mm-hmm. It's that, I don't know if it's fear or it's that lack of education. It comes down to that lack of education in general, because I feel like they don't want to. They're just like, oh, well, I heard about it, but I'd rather not get the education because I'm, maybe I'm calling it, or somehow jinxing themselves, because I've heard of that too.
And I will tell you, in the Black community, there's a fear when it comes to participating in research studies that goes all the way back to the Tuskegee trials. I don't know if you are aware of that or know about that. But so that was many years ago. And since then, there's so many laws that have been put in place. Yeah. There's so many restrictions and requirements as it relates to research studies to prevent something like that from happening again. Mm-hmm. However, we're not past the stigma of that. So anytime someone mentions something about a research study, it's almost like it comes back immediately and people are like, nope, I don't want to be involved. Yeah. But dementia, it's happening to us. So we have to do something, because we're at a great time. It's a great time to be alive because we're all living longer. Yeah. But unfortunately, as you're living longer, that means you're also at an increased risk of getting something like dementia.
That's correct. Now, what should individuals expect on the day of the health fair?
So for the day of the health fair, registration is going to open at 9:30 a.m. And we're encouraging individuals to come out as early as 9:30 a.m. so that we can get you registered. We are going to start the health fair with a panel discussion. We are in a fantastic situation in that we have two phenomenal individuals that will be speaking about dementia and brain health, and they'll be providing education. So the first is Dr. James E. Galvin. He's a world-renowned researcher. And he's also the executive director of the University of Miami Comprehensive Center for Brain Health. And I highly encourage you to come out so that you can hear from Dr. Galvin, because he's going to share information that I will tell you some individuals would spend lots of money to be able to sit and just pick his brain. And this is a free opportunity. And then we'll also have Keith Gibson from the Alzheimer's Association. He's the Director of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion with the Alzheimer's Association. Mm-hmm. They're both going to share more information on why it's important to know about dementia. So just a few little tidbits that I shared, those are important, but they're really going to share more. They're going to tell us what we need to know now. And then more importantly, what do we need to start to do? Are there ways for you to get tested to find out if you're possibly at risk for dementia? These are things they'll talk about. They'll also go deeper into the numbers, and they'll really spend a lot more time on what can you do. And that's one of the most important things. We want to know, what can we do? So is there anything I can start to do right now?
Exactly. Now, what can an individual do to register and attend this event?
To register, one of the easiest ways for someone, I'll give you a telephone number to call. Okay. It's 561-869-6823. And I'll repeat that. 561-869-6823. If we do not answer the phone, not a problem. just make sure you leave your name and telephone number. We will call you back and we will get you registered. And then also on the day of the health fair, we're going to have lots of free screenings available. So we're opening with a panel. The panel will be a brief discussion where we're sharing information, but we really want you to get the screenings. So we'll have free mammograms. There's going to be cancer screenings. There'll be vaccinations. There'll be BMI, high blood pressure screenings. Those type of screenings will take place. Individuals, we want everyone in the family to come out. So if you have small babies, not a problem. We'll be giving out diapers as well as formula, and that we'll also be giving out coupons. We will be giving out free groceries, and we're also giving out free prepared meals where you can take the meal home and you can put it in the microwave, and it is a healthy meal that tastes great.
Wonderful. So again, if you want to attend, please reach out 561-869-6823. Now, just to make sure anyone can attend this.
Yes, anyone can attend. So even if you're not living in Broward, that's not a problem. If you're in Palm Beach County and you want to drive over, we're encouraging you to do so. The health fair is located at Harris Chapel Incorporated. That is in Oakland Park. The address is 2351 Northwest 26th Street. Again, Harris Chapel Incorporated in Oakland Park.
Wonderful. Again, if you missed Amanda's phone number, you're always welcome to call United Insurance Experts, and we'd be more than happy to provide that information to you. Very quickly, because we're really running short, any resources you can share with our listeners now?
Probably one of the main resources that I would share now, if someone wants to get more information about Alzheimer's or dementia, I would go to alz.org. Go to the Alzheimer's Association website. They have a plethora of information that is free and available to you.
Thank you so much, Amanda. It's been a pleasure to have you with us today. Again, thank you. I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. Tracy, did you want to quickly add something?
Yeah, I'm just going to add one more quick resource about Alzheimer's that they can find on Second Sonda Media. It's MyCareLink 360. Check that out as well. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a wonderful Saturday.
Thank you. Enjoy, everyone.
Thanks for listening to Medicare Made Simple with Medicare Myriam and Tracy right here on Legends 100.3. Medicare Made Simple is brought to you by United Insurance Experts. For more information, call 561-464-CARE. That's 561-464-CARE. Tune in next Saturday at 9 a.m. for more Medicare Made Simple with Myriam and Tracy.